hold up. I think I've worked some things out and I'd like your feedback. I mean, forgiveness, death, love, blood, resurrection. I mean, what is really happening here? Forgiveness is the cornerstone of Jesus's teaching, his death, and his view of the kingdom. And why is that? Do other religions deal with forgiveness? They do. And they value and promote forgiveness. The difference in Christianity is that the forgiveness of the Bible represents reconciliation with a divine being. Forgiveness is how God reopens the relationship that sin closed in the garden. Humans chose separation from God, and sin entered the world. So this forgiveness by and reconciliation to our God required a redeemer, someone to reclaim us and free us from sin and its ultimate conclusion, death, which we chose. God became human so that we can be restored. Jesus died to pull us through death, the ultimate consequence of sin. He pulled us out into a new starting place, or really back to Eden, the original intent for humanity. By dying and rising with him, we died to sin and came out on the other side of death. Jesus willingly subjected himself to the slavery of sin, its bitter end, death. In a way, Jesus was repentant on our behalf to take us back to himself. The cross is the mechanism of divine forgiveness. Jesus released us from the power of sin and death versus just being merely free from being punished for sin. These are two different things, and the distinction is important. Many people think it's just that Jesus took the penalty we deserved and denotes an angry, vengeful God. An angry God that required his son to die. A God that somehow needed to pay off the power of the snake or darkness. But God is God and does not need to pay off or trade off anything. God repossesses us by becoming human, suffering our fate, death, to return us to himself. I think of it as sort of that he needed to take this on in order to become healing, not because he owed the snake, sin, death, darkness, anything. The reality of salvation, rescue, is the freedom to actually live differently. The power that once ruled us, temptation, addiction, anger, pride, lust, whatever, is broken, not just forgiven. The Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives in you. And just as God raised Jesus Christ from the dead, he will give life to your mortal bodies by the same Spirit living within you. Thank you, Paul. We know that our old sinful selves were crucified with Christ so that sin might lose its power in our lives. We are no longer slaves to sin. For when we died with Christ, we were set free from the power of sin. Jesus offers forgiveness as a gift of grace, unearned, unmerited, initiated by God out of love. And this forgiveness is total, past, present, and future. The forgiveness that is central to Christianity reveals a God who would rather forgive than condemn or make us work for it. And here is where we as Christians come in, our command to forgive. Without forgiveness, pain and sin keeps multiplying. Forgiveness is the only force strong enough to stop the reaction of sin. That's why Jesus commands us to forgive 70 times 7. Because in the kingdom, cycles of harm are meant to end with us, Christians. Forgiveness is the foundation of all other virtues, fruits. You can't love without forgiveness. You can't live in peace or humility with grudges. Our very faith is built on trusting that God forgives us. Jesus connects our forgiveness of others directly to our awareness of God's forgiveness of us. And forgive us our sins as we have forgiven those who sin against us. Forgiveness is not just a virtue as in other religions. It is the gospel itself. Thank you for hearing me out and letting me tease this out, and please let me know